Good evening. I was just teaching my guest a few things backstage. Any number of countries would be happy to trade their gross national product for the paycheck that my guest tonight picked up for a single night's work not too long ago. My guest is the great boxer Sugar Ray Leonard, and the paycheck was $10 million. For all he had to do was defend his welterweight title against Roberto Duran. As you may know, it was a pretty rough night's work. I've never seen a fight like that, in which Sugar Ray lost the bout and the title, but there are some things he didn't lose, and one of his reputation for being one of history's most stylish boxers in the ring, and for also being a clean-cut fulfillment of the American dream outside the ring. He's a gentleman, a good citizen of sport, and we thought it'd be interesting to have him come on the show, tell us where all that and $10 million leaves him. So, if you'll welcome, please, the wonderful Sugar Ray Leonard. That's it. Thank you. I was giving my guest just a little lesson in tap dancing backstage, and it's he realizes the value of studying with a master. And what possessed you to take up tap dancing?
Well, it was something I always wanted to do, Dick.
I think everybody always wanted. Yeah, and you
never could afford to take tap dance lessons.
Yeah.
But if I figure if I can take it from you, I can be pretty good.
Yes, I'm in the succession that begins with Fred Astaire and comes down through various other parts of Nebraska to me. Fred Astaire's from Nebraska, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of graceful people are. That may be the best fight I've ever seen in some ways, the Duran fight. You've seen it, of course.
I was there.
Well, I know. But have you looked it over?
I have. I viewed the fight, and I've reached the conclusion that I won the fight. You know, if I was a judge, I would have won that fight.
I wonder if you could get a judge to agree with you, because sometimes they'll admit that getting a different view of it, they'll...
Yeah. But they never see me fight inside. They always used to me dancing and moving and running and hitting and trying not to get hit and clowning, what they call. But this time I said, I'm going to fight Duran, fight him straight up, beat him at his own game, which was kind of crazy anyway. But I stood there, and he hit me so hard. I thought about what my mother told me. She said, Ray, don't ever be a boxer. And I thought about that.
Yeah.
But I was so determined to win because I didn't want to lose the title. I lost it, but I kind of like want to get it back.
Well, how can I help you?
You keep, well, show me some more movements and I can use more footwork.
Okay. Yeah, the announcer kept saying, I can't believe it. He's just standing there. He's fighting Duran in his own style. Why isn't he using his style? They kept saying, he must have said 15 times, I don't believe that he's standing there flat-footed instead of dancing.
Yeah.
Now, I still don't know. Is this a decision that Angelo Dundee made, or that you made, or that you made on the instant, or can we ever clear this up?
It was a decision that a strategy, a plan that I set out to do. Yeah. Because I just wanted to beat Duran a certain way. See, in defeating a man at his own game, it's much more credibility. You see,
you mean you get more points for beating him at his own game?
Yeah, well, in a sense. I mean, as far as the press and the media is concerned, they say, wow, I mean, look what he did. But see, if I just beat Duran by just dancing and moving, they say Sugar Ray Leonard beat Roberto Duran, an old, ancient fighter, guy didn't train properly, guy that had sickness. He had a heart murmur or something, and he pulled his back out of socket. He knocked a horse out one day.
He knocked a horse out?
Knocked a horse out.
Intentionally?
I don't know. But you don't go
just
around,
by looking at it?
No, he sucked him. I mean, but you don't go around punching on animals, do you? I know you don't.
I haven't punched an animal in months. I heard of an incident like that. Was he the one who hit a horse between the eyes and dropped it?
And dropped it cold.
Well, that'll certainly win him a lot of fans among the animal. You're not trying to start an argument between the two of you, are you?
Not really. We were buddies. We were buddies. We were friends, as a matter of fact. And we talked to each other, especially in Las Vegas. He said, hey, how you doing, Sugar? I say, amigo, my amigo. And the minute we signed the contract, I'm going to kill you. Yeah, so...
Who started it, though? That's the thing.
Well, Duran did. I would say Duran. But I kind of I aggravated him. You know, I blew a kiss at him. I guess
That's
that would
right.
make the average guy mad. I don't know.
Now I want to know something. Did the word maricon come into play at all?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
Who went? I don't even know what that means.
I was gonna ask
assume it's Spanish
it
for
mean?
macaroni, isn't it?
He called me a clown. Now, that was in English.
Uh-huh.
I understood
No
that.
doubt about that.
But I don't know. Maricon, what does it mean?
What does it mean? Hands? Huh?
Faggot?
Glad
Or
I
family?
asked.
It means family? Family.
Apparently it means homosexual
No.
of a certain type.
Yeah.
Now you wouldn't knowingly have called a
Now
man
you know me better.
that you
Dick.
knew would be inflamed by it the way he
Yes,
would.
Yes. Because at the press conference here in New York, before the fight, I said, Duran, I will kill you. And they said, hey, that's not Sugar Ray's character. That's not his style. I said, kill, K-E-E-L.
You'll keel him over.
Kill him over.
Oh,
you see, they got it wrong.
I see.
They jumped the gun.
Mm-hmm. And when you said I'll put him in his grave, you meant in his groove.
Right.
Yeah. Sure. Well, when you watch a fight played back like that, are you watching yourself primarily, or are you watching the other guy to see what slipped past you?
You know, like a lot of times, I hate to be, you know, into the fight too much because being a fighter, number one, you have the instincts of watching it.
Uh-huh.
You start doing all that kind of stuff, you know, you feel kind of crazy.
If anybody's watching you.
Yeah. But I envision driving down the Beltway, down the highway, and I think about Duran. My wife's sitting there, I start punching her. Yeah. But
He must be fun to sleep with.
yeah. I have nightmares. I really do.
I read that in Sports Illustrated. Tell me one of your nightmares. Lie back and just tell me your dreams.
Well, one particular night, I just jumped up because I saw a hand coming through the wall, reaching for my wife, you know, and I started hitting it with a pillow, my wife.
You?
Yeah, because I tried to protect her. And then I thought about all my money she spent on credit cards and buying all kinds of gifts for everyone. So I stopped hitting.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted the hand to grab her. Because
You were now pulling for the hand.
yes.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna get her.
No wonder this poor woman has fainted a couple of times. She fainted during the fight. Now,
She did.
Was that true or was that publicity?
No, she really fainted. I think she's never seen me in a particular fight where that I've been hit and hurt and was pretty much trying to make a comeback.
Yeah.
And I think the excitement, I think the intensity of the fight and the people and the public, I mean, it really got to her. And
You had never lost a fight at that
never,
point.
No, I haven't. I kind of felt like faint myself. I mean, that fight, he hit me hard. I won't forget that.
And that's another thing. The ringside announcer kept saying, I don't see how any human being can take these punches, that both of you were delivering, by the way, but I don't either. Is there any way you can make one of us understand how hard you're hit?
Okay, just now you envision this. Okay, now you sitting in a dentist's office, and all of a sudden he starts that drill.
Uh-huh.
The feeling that comes over you, you know, you're saying no. The same way. I see the right hand, I say no, but it's too late. Boom. But then when it hits, like your legs react. I mean, it goes there, your legs start doing this.
You can feel it all the way down.
Yeah, but the main thing, you shouldn't panic. See, a lot of fighters get hit and they're hurt. Psychologically, they panic and they lose control, they lose composure, and boom, it's all over. But what I did, my legs did like this.
Yeah.
And I caught myself. I was conscious. I knew what had happened. I knew he hit me hard, so I covered up and I tried to let him punch himself out. And I looked to see he's still there. I covered back up, and by then my head was clear, so I came back.
What would you have done if he hadn't been there when you
I really don't know.
You never actually dream the fight, though, huh? You never have a nightmare of the fight itself? Is it always something like a hand coming through a wall? Or,
Yeah, I don't dream about the fight, you know. And I made a couple pennies, so I'm pretty pleased, but I still want the title back, you know.
There will be a rematch.
I'm looking forward to a rematch. See, Duran's talking now. He said he wants to emulate Henry Armstrong, who was a former welterweight champion, junior middleweight champion, and middleweight. He wants to follow that same line. He wants to move it to junior middle, which is 154, you know. but I can move up. I eat a couple pancakes. I'm there too.
I really don't understand that about weight. It's unfair in a way. I mean, the world's greatest ballet dancer doesn't lose any points if he's not as heavy or as tall as somebody else. You know, it doesn't have to be the tallest or the biggest or the heaviest in any other sport or any other art or anything. But it's conceivable that the world's greatest fighter could be a welterweight, much better than the man who's the heavyweight champion, but he loses points if he isn't the heavyweight champion. That isn't...
Well, I tell you, I feel so good that the Olympic exposure that I receive has helped me in as much as bringing the same amazement, excitement, the same anticipation to the non-heavyweights, because the heavyweights always dominated the boxing world.
Sure.
But now the little guys are doing a job, and it's much more excitement. Then we're still showing that boxing is an art, because people say, hey, man, it's brutality. It's not brutality if the safety, you know, the referee, if he makes sure there's safety at all times. I think boxing as a whole is scientific techniques displayed, you know, moving around. But the fight with Duran, that was more of a gladiator and who can beat who. It was like a street fight, a brawl, like they want to say it.
It looked to me like the ring referee had trouble getting you two apart more than once.
Yeah. I don't think he tried that hard. He could have did if he really wanted to. I wish he had.
Well, he has a reputation for separating people.
Yes,
and he did.
but I don't know. Maybe just a different fight altogether. But they're gonna show the fight again. I think there's some coming up this week on
Yes,
Saturday.
I think by the time this is on, the viewers will have had a chance to see the fight. Isn't that right? It's been seen only on closed circuit so far.
Yeah, but
And,
I was there.
Yeah, you really were.
I wanted a ringside seat, but I was a little bit too close that time. I was too close.
You can really... Do you feel pain at the moment you're hit, or do you just feel shock?
It's quick. You know, the blow is delivered, and you just feel the reaction of it.
Yeah.
You don't feel the pain until maybe 2 days later. You know, the next morning I wake up, I was aware that I had lost the title, and I went downstairs, and my brother said, put some sunshades on, because I had like a slight swelling.
Yeah.
I said, no. I said, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to look away. I left the ring. And I went downstairs, and I had about 4 or 5 pancakes, and I didn't feel bad. But then after I got home, then I started hurting here and here, all back here, my shoulders, my hands didn't bother me. Normally I had, you know, my hands used to be fragile.
Yeah.
And I had knots on the back of my head. That's why I grew my hair long. I had knots.
To cover your knots?
Yeah.
Wow.
All on the back of my head. He loosened one of my tooth.
Yeah, I wonder what your dentist bill is for yeah.
We just like that.
Can you?
We see each other quite often.
Which one is you in that? Well, I guess. What, that made me think of something. Oh, do you urinate blood after a fight? I've always heard that.
When you take a tremendous amount of blows to your body, normally that's the reaction. But
Yeah.
see what happened? After that fight, I lost about 8 pounds. I went in 147, left about 139, 140.
Yeah.
And all I had to drink was grape juice. I kept drinking grape juice. So when I went to the bathroom, I said, oh my God. I looked. I said, nah. So I said, can't be. So
Grape juice will do that?
yeah. So then I waited again, and I went back. All right. It was okay. It was okay. Like everybody else. But it scared me. It really
Do me a
scared me.
favor, drink white grape juice.
I know,
from
I
now
think I
on.
better.
There is such a thing. Are you the only the second person I know who... I think I got him. Did you get him? Oh, well, yeah, I started it, and then you finish him off. But you'll admit I delivered the first blow.
Is this mine?
That is your water, so to speak.
It's a leg in there. It's a leg.
There's a fly leg in the water. Well, I do apologize. Here, I'll get it out. There, now it's okay. There's been a fly bothering us here for months, and I think we dispatched him. Now we'll get letters about too much violence on television or something. Where were we? We were talking about urinating, and then everything went from there.
Something about being the second boxer.
Oh, yes. Maybe the second person I know who has supposedly read the encyclopedia. Does that mean from Aardvark through Zizigy? Or?
How's that? I don't understand.
I saw that in an article about you, that you had read the encyclopedia.
I read the encyclopedia.
Read the encyclopedia? No, that was made up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do read the encyclopedia quite often. But I kind of like the dictionary. It has more words.
Not all the way through.
Not all the way through. No.
Yeah.
Do you?
Okay. No, I wouldn't dream of reading the encyclopedia.
I got to tell you, you know, I feel so good being here with Dick because he's the only guy that I can talk to, and I feel so much bigger. Stand up for a second. I feel so much bigger, you know. I feel like a heavyweight. I always felt so good, you know. I can do this and I can do this. I look at his head. I'm serious. That's why they say, "Hey, you on Dick Cavett show?" I said, "I would love to." I got up 4:30 this morning to make sure I would made it to your show.
I'm sorry you did.
Just like that.
I am standing up. Now, what is this about your size? I don't see any. Well, if I had my hair done like
Now,
that,
how
I'd
much
be...
do you weigh now?
Guess what I weigh?
140.
How did you do that?
Now, see, since I like to fight little guys, little shrimps, you know. I can look good, I can move, I can shuffle, I can hit them, I can turn around, backhand them.
Yeah?
No problem. But see, Duran was a little bit taller, a little bit wide, and hit much more hard. Dentine.
Dentine?
Dentine. I gave you 2.
You're not getting this back. Yeah, you can have almost anything you want.
Oh.
Move the cameras back. Okay. Brush back, hop, 1, 2, jump, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brush back, hop, 1, 2,
Oh,
jump.
I know.
Hop, 1, 2, jump, 1, 2. That's cheating. How quickly can you do the basic? No, please. Brought your own applause sign? Basic shim sham. Down, brush back down, stump, brush back down. Take it. Down, brush back down, stump. I bet you can't do this.
That's your style.
Gee, I can't do that many.
You like that, huh?
And I left out something.
Hot dog.
Wow. This is something, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
How did this Where am I? For a moment, I thought I was on public television.
I'm enjoying this.
That was fun.
Yeah, I like it. You showed me up, but not
No,
bad either,
did
you
I?
know?
No? Why do you go like that then? But seriously, folks, what do you think of Kant's critique of pure reason?
That's not funny.
You know what I would like to ask you? Twice reading about you, there's been a problem of dehydration. Why can't that be prevented? What does that mean? That you just can't drink enough to not dry out?
Because you never really know how much you're going to exert yourself. You never really know how hard a fight will be and how much action that's going to take place. So you don't know how much to drink, you know. Whereas you're driving a car, automobile, you can fill the car up. and you know you're going about 80 miles, you know you can
Yeah.
make it that far. You have enough fuel. But as fights, you don't know how long it's going to take. Because I like when guys cooperate and go, like let me knock them out in the first round. I love that.
Oh, yeah, well, that is polite on their
Yeah,
part to
I
not
love
waste your time like that. What do you eat the day of a fight?
I'm not a heavy eater the day of the fight because I kind of like have the jitters, and I eat a little bit, maybe 2 scrambled eggs. You eat grits?
I eat grits, yeah.
You like grits? You like it?
I had a grit this morning, in fact. Not a heavy
Toast?
eater.
Yeah.
So,
No milk because it.
no milk.
No, because it. What they call?
Inflates you or makes
No,
you
it
bloats
makes
you
you
or
what? Curdle, yeah, you know. And,
curdle. Yeah.
and it stays on. It's heavy. It stays on your stomach. And I eat a lot of chocolate bars for the energy.
You do?
Yeah, because the night before the fight, which is, you know, day before the weigh-in, I don't eat anything but breakfast, and I dry out, what I call a drying out process, and it cleans my system. And within that period of time, it's probably 18 hours, I can lose roughly 2, maybe 3 pounds.
But doesn't that dehydrate you? You say? Do you mean?
Yeah, to a degree, but my body's so used to it.
Yeah.
You know, just like guys that are fasting, you know, at first it's tough, it's rough, but after you get used to it, you can pretty much go through it.
Yeah. You know, we still don't know a lot about your background and the things I read about you. You come from certainly a not rich family.
Believe me.
Yeah.
I was born in Wilmington, North Carolina. We came to Washington, D.C., and it was the 7 kids. And we would sit at the table, and there'd probably be 1 can of beans, and we all chip in to get, you know, our
Really?
share. And it was very tough, and a lot of people say, hey, man, you got it made, man. You came from a middle-class family. I wish that was true. We came up the hard way. That's the reason I can appreciate what has happened now, what has materialized, because I know for a fact it's a God-gifted talent that I have, and it's a blessing within itself.
Yeah. Ali pronounced you the best fighter he's seen since himself.
I knew it was a
Once or
catch.
twice.
That was a catch.
Well,
too.
he did say that.
Yeah.
Is there any way that you want to be like him? Do you ever try to emulate Ali in any way?
They asked me, they said, hey, do you want to be like Ali? Do you want to surpass him? I said, I don't want to surpass Ali physically, financially, yes.
I wonder how far you have to go yet.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think a long way.
Your mother said don't fight.
Don't fight. I used to sing. I was pretty good for a while. My
Yeah.
voice started changing. I didn't understand it. I couldn't control it anymore.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when I get home, the church, St. John Fruit Baptist Church, they having like a Sugar Ray Day, and they asked me to sing. And I feel I can sing because they won't laugh in church.
They might.
Yeah, they're not supposed to. But I used to sing.
Do you think a guy in Ali's position, and this relates to you too, should stay retired at that point? Is he 40 yet?
I don't know. But I think if you seriously feel within your heart and mind that you can do something, if you can accomplish a goal, fine. You know, because I'm quite sure Ali believes very highly in himself, because that's the reason he was so successful and still is successful. I feel that if he gets himself ready, a dynamite fight, because Larry Holmes, you know, the champion, he's awesome.
That'll be some fight.
Yeah. I like to be there as a commentator.
Maybe you will be. You'd be a good one at that because you're very articulate. You could have a whole career as a fight sportscaster or commentator if you wanted. Is that sort of thing?
I like your kind of thing.
This sort of thing?
Yeah.
You have to learn to do more push-ups before.
I
It's a
was-
requirement of this job. No, I don't. Well, can you remember a fight the way a guy who watched it can? There are fight fans who can say, remember in the 3rd when he did this, and then in the 4th when he didn't use the jab when he should have, and so on. Can you remember it round by round? If I say round 4, for example, do you?
Yeah, okay, I have to go back and view the fight on tape.
Yeah, that's
then
what I
can-
wondered. But
yeah.
before you've done that,
No.
is it? And another thing, do you think when you're fighting, or is it all instinct once you get out there?
I think before, while I'm in the dressing room warming up, I'll be thinking, and once I get into the ring, I'm always thinking from 1 to 15.
You are. It isn't just
conscious.
reflex once you're out there.
No, but then again, it's instinct. I mean, like if a guy comes to me, quite naturally, I'm gonna react this way.
Yeah.
It's just that normal instinct to get him away. Tell him to move back, just a little bit. But
If I were to just come at you suddenly, would you block it? But no, I see you wouldn't.
What you have to realize too, if a punch is coming to me at full force and a destructive punch, then I will move, I will react. But
Yeah.
the way they came.
You want your gum back? Well, I didn't want to. It would be poor taste to injure you here, you know, because
I heard about you.
horsing
I
around.
heard about you.
What?
Huh?
How often I've injured guests?
No, they say you're very, very sensitive, and your feelings get hurt very easily. And I mean, here in front of all these people, these lovely people, I would hate to see a grown man cry.
Listen, at least you admitted I'm grown. Well, we know it's a dangerous business, and a boxer was killed, as we're sitting here now, within the last few weeks. You seem almost unmarked, except for a scar on the left.
That didn't happen in boxing. I was a kid. I ran to a door, ran from a teacher.
Oh.
I hope she's not listening. I was at a high school, and I was in junior high school. So I was at a high school, and I went upstairs, and around home economics, where the girls be at,
Yeah?
I was up there fooling around. And the teacher called me, and I said no. And I ran, I started running, laughing at it because I knew I could outrun her. I turned back and pow, and it cut my head.
Gee.
It's not that bad.
Well, you should train for these things.
Yeah, I shouldn't do it.
Sugar Ray, we're out of time. Have you ever read The Sweet Science by A.J. Liebling? That's
No.
probably the best book ever written about boxing. I'll loan you a copy.
Promise?
Or is it Land? Whichever it is, it's not in the encyclopedia that we read. It's really been a pleasure. You've got great personality and charm for a guy your size, and thanks for being here.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, Sugar Ray Leonard. See you next time.